welcome back to the channel and another class setup skill tree for one of the classes in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I've put all of these builds up and all of these like little informational stuff on my channel, so check out every single class if you wish to. Let me know down below what is your starting class, because I'm still trying to figure out what I want to use. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good fun YouTube stuff. Just do it. Today we're talking about, today, because I'm recording these all on the same day, but you'll see them on different days. So today, for you, not for me, we're talking about the Brr-Zerker. Now the Brr-Zerker looks like it could be quite a fun class. I'm not a big fan of ice, but you know, we'll see. They are tenacious, frost-infused bruisers who complement their firepower with an onslaught of brutal, up-and-close personal melee attacks. So for those who are new to Borderlands franchise or Tiny Tina's, this is your skill tree. You have 2 action skills, which we're going to talk about in a second. And then you have tier 1 level, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6. You usually have a limited amount of skill points, which you get from leveling up and stuff. And then once you put like 5 points into tier 1, tier 2 will unlock. And then you put a certain amount of points into tier 2, tier 3 will unlock. So you really have to pick and choose, you know, what you want on your class. Now, everything here is depicted to be full, so I don't know whether you're going to have a limited amount of points to put in your skill tree. It usually is the case, but let's have a look at everything in your skill tree and build. So class feat, Rage of the Ancients. Using an ancient skill? That's not what it says. Using an action skill causes the Fate Maker to become enraged, adding bonus frost damage and to their attacks. Enraged duration will not deplete while an action skill is active, and ends if your Fate Maker enters Save Your Soul, which is basically being knocked down. Activating an action skill when already enraged restores a portion of the enraged timer. So you activate an action skill, you become enraged, you get increased frost damage. You'll stay enraged until your action skill is gone. But if you're already enraged, so how do you get enraged outside of this? Interesting. Action skills, Dreadwind. The Fate Maker spins, slashing anything nearby with their melee weapon and essentially becoming a pain tornado. Grants increased movement speed and slow immunity for a duration. So while you're spinning, you're going to be going faster and nothing can really slow you down. So it's kind of like a Juggernaut from X-Men type situation. Could be fun. Sounds very basic type of skill, you know, nothing kind of crazy like some of the other things that I've been reading about. Feral Surge. The Fate Maker leaps towards their target, dealing frost damage to all nearby enemies. Any non-boss enemies damaged will be instantly killed if their total HP is below a certain percentage. If Feral Surge kills an enemy, its cooldown is reset. Okay, that's going to be fun, especially if there's some really good perks to kind of support this. You could have infinite Feral Surges, and that is probably going to be one of the very first things you'll see in terms of builds from any kind of content creator, is this being unlimited infinite attacks. Interesting. Tier 1, Ancestral Frost. Frost damage is increased. I mean, obviously. Savagery. Melee damage is increased. Enraged duration is increased. So you could put 5 points into Savagery, or you could put like a 3 and a 2. So you're going to get increased frost damage from the attacks you're doing when you activate your action skill cooldown, and also get all these extra bonus perks here. Or you could do like a 5 and a 3 and then just miss out on some things later on in the skill tree. Unyielding, a percentage of missing health regenerates over time. While enraged, this effect is doubled. So if you want to be like a tank, this is for you. Tier 2, Icebreaker. The Fate Maker gains increased damage dealt to enemies that are slowed. The closer an enemy is to being frozen, the more damage is increased. So I wonder if your spinny attack is for slowing them down and freezing them. Did it say there? It doesn't actually say there, but considering your frost based, maybe it does. Hold on, let me go back up and look here. Adding bonus frost damage, but it doesn't actually say that you'd freeze them. But if it can, this is going to be a really good perk. The Old Ways. The Fate Maker deals bonus damage and gains increased damage reduction. The closer they are to the enemy, the closer the enemy is, the greater the bonus. So this is going to be your tank based damage build with the spin to win. Instinct. Reload speed is increased. Weapon swap speed is increased while enraged. This effect is doubled. Tier 3, Cold Snap. Movement speed is increased, frost efficiency is increased, while enraged this effect is doubled. So this is again for your spin to win. Unarmored defense. A portion of Fate Maker's ward is reserved and cannot be restored. but their maximum health is increased by a percentage of the reserved amount. Health can no longer be reserved. Huh. Interesting sounding perk. That's not something I can really envision. I'll probably have to experience it in the game. Blood Frenzy, it's a kill skill. Restore a percentage of your enrage timer and a percentage of your maximum health. So if you're going in spin to win, this is going to be a really, really good perk. Tier 4, Ancient Fury, maximum health is increased, splash damage is increased. You know, for your jumping in feral smash, you know, you're going to be doing more splash damage with the potential of killing an enemy, which gives it straight back to you, and then you can use it on another enemy. Relentless Rage, if the Fate Maker damages an enemy while in your knockdown, I'm just going to call it knockdown, its duration is extended, so you can keep yourself alive to be rezzed. The amount extended decreases over time. Killing an enemy while in knockdown will cause the Fate Maker to become enraged. I suppose this would be useful for spin to win in case you get knocked down. You know, you're going to have enemies right nearby you that you can extend your duration with. But I think I'd just go Ancient Fury. I don't think this is going to be super useful. Depends on how quick the action cooldowns happen so that you can become enraged without this perk. Tier 5, Blast Chill. Whenever the Fate Maker deals melee damage to an enemy, I assume that's both the lunge and the spin to win. There is a chance to release a Frost Nova dealing Frost ability damage to nearby enemies. Frost Nova cannot critically hit. So if this is both action skills, take this. You're going to be able to freeze them, do damage. Potentially great perk there. Iron Squall, fire rate is increased, melee attack speed is increased while enraged. This effect is doubled. And then tier 6, Blood of the Fallen. It's a kill skill. The Fate Maker's remaining action skill cooldown is reduced by a percentage. If an action skill is currently active, its duration is extended instead. So if you're using spin to win and you're killing people, your action skill duration will extend, so you'll carry on spinning. If you've already used your skill cooldown like the lunge, or maybe you didn't kill someone, this kill skill will reduce it a little bit so you get it back quicker. That's how I read it anyway. This like I said, I'm not a massive fan of like ice and frost, but this sounds fun, especially that like potential for infinite feral surges over and over again. And spin to win, if you're bulky and you're doing more damage, it could be an easy, cheesy kind of way to kill a whole bunch of enemies. So, interesting. I still can't make my mind up on what I'm going to choose, but let me know down below what you think of this class. Is it going to be your starting class? Is it going to be a class that you throw on as a multi-class? What are you going to choose? Let me know down below in the comment section. That's it from me. That's now I've recorded all the classes. They should be all on my channel. But yeah, so thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.